students and all who attend us from all over the world. I am Ms. Hiba Haj Khalil, a teacher of the English language at Ahmed Iskandar School in Damascus. Today is Thursday, the 2nd March 2023. We're going to start with the grade 11, continue with Unit 8, the atmosphere. We're going to talk about greenhouse gases. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to learn scientific information about the atmosphere, know about the greenhouse gases and their effect on Earth, discuss the questions about the text, and also do exercises about certain grammar like the ending ever and the reflexive pronouns. So this is a photo of greenhouse gases. We have methane, we have nitrous oxide, we have carbon dioxide, we have ozone, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, and others. Keywords of this lesson. Number 1, property means characteristic. Thermal, referring to heat. Emit means expel or give off. Fraction, small part of something. Component, it's an ingredient. Dung, animal excrement. And efficiency, skillfulness in avoiding wasted time. We'll start with the lesson. Greenhouse gases are gases which have the property of absorbing infrared radiation. That's to say, they absorb total thermal energy as these rays are emitted from the surface of the Earth and then return back to the surface, which leads to global warming. So here we have a photo of the greenhouse effect. Some sunlight that heats Earth. So the sun heats the Earth and some of this light is reflected back into space while the rest becomes heat. Greenhouse gases prevent heat from escaping into space, and this is warming the planet. So here we will have global warming. Carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor are among the most important greenhouse gases, in addition to other gases such as surface ozone levels, nitrous oxide, and fluorinated gases. But their impact is less. So here we have a lot of examples about greenhouse gases like CH4, methane, nitrous oxide, and CO2, it's carbon dioxide. Although greenhouse gases are a fraction of the atmospheric gases, they have a profound effect on the Earth's energy system. So all these greenhouse gases have a big effect and impact on Earth. They have also contributed significantly to climate change on a large scale. So if we have too much greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, then we will have global warming and climate change. One of the most important greenhouse gases is carbon dioxide, which is considered one of the most important ones. So we have an example about greenhouse gases, and it's carbon dioxide. It's the most important gas and can remain in the atmosphere for thousands of years. So carbon dioxide can remain in the atmosphere for thousands of years. Now, methane, or CH4, is the main component of natural gases. Methane is released from landfills, natural gas. So when where have we got or where do we get the gas methane? We get it from landfills, natural gas, petroleum industry, and animal dung or excrement. Now, nitrous oxide, N2O, forms a small percentage of greenhouse gases and has a lifespan of more than 100 years in the atmosphere. So nitrous oxide, it forms only small fraction or a small part, a small percentage of greenhouse gases. Now, livestock, including fertilizers, agricultural waste, and fuel combustion are the largest sources of nitrous oxide emissions. So here we have also a new gas, which is nitrous oxide or N2O. It's released from fertilizers, agricultural waste, and fuel combustion. Here, as we see, we have the gas methane, CH4, we have CO2, we have nitrous oxide, and this is nitrous oxide. These are its molecules and atoms. Industrial gases, such as various fluorine compounds, remain in the atmosphere for hundreds of thousands of years and present about 2% of greenhouse gases. Here we are talking about industrial gases like fluorine compounds. These are industrial, okay? These are industrial, and they remain in the atmosphere for too long. We are talking about hundreds of thousands of years. Now, because the greenhouse gases continue to rise, scientists and governments fear global warming, rising sea levels, plant and animal extinction, ocean acidification, and major climate changes. So all these are the results of the effect of greenhouse gases. As we see here, they are going to lead to the rise of heat. Rise of heat on Earth, and they will lead to also climate changes and global warming. And animal, here we have a photo of animal extinction. So they lead to animal extinction, as we have here dead animals. Now, greenhouse gases emission can be reduced. Now, what is the solution? Okay, what is the solution? How can we reduce the emission of these gases? By increasing energy generation from renewable resources such as solar energy and wind energy, as well as by encouraging various sectors of society to carry out projects and increase the efficiency of electricity consumption at home, factory, and other. So here we have alternative energy sources to reduce. So the solution to reduce the effect of these greenhouse gases, we have to use alternative energy sources like solar energy, wind energy, hydroelectric, and biomass energy, and others. Okay, so we have many ways here to reduce the emission of these greenhouse gases, and also by encouraging various sectors of society to carry out projects to increase the efficiency of electricity consumption. So we have to be fair when using electricity at home or any other place. Now, answer the following questions about the text. Number 1, what characterizes the greenhouse gases? What characterizes or what are the features of greenhouse gases? They are gases which have the property of absorbing infrared radiation. Number 2, where is the effect of greenhouse gases concentrated? They have a profound effect on the Earth's energy system. So it's concentrated or it focuses on the Earth's energy system. Number 3, which materials are the main sources of methane or CH4? They are landfills. So what are the emitters that methane is released from? It's released from landfills, natural gas, petroleum industry, and animal dung. Now, how are the methane and nitrous oxide different? Methane is one of the most important greenhouse gases, while nitrous oxide forms a small percentage of greenhouse gases. So methane has the bigger percentage of greenhouse gases than nitrous oxide. Question 5. What can the world do to overcome the emission of greenhouse gases? So what should we do to reduce the impact of or the emissions of greenhouse gases? The world can reduce them by increasing energy generation from renewable resources, as well as by encouraging various sectors of society to carry out projects to increase the efficiency of electricity consumption at home, factory, and others. We will move to another question. Decide whether these following statements are true or false and correct the false one. The rays emitted from the surface of the earth never go back to the surface. It's false because we said that they return to that surface. B. Methane is one of the main components of greenhouse gases. It's true. C. The lifespan of the nitrous oxide is bigger than industrial gases. False, because industrial gases remain in the atmosphere for hundreds of thousands of years. D. Greenhouse gases increase by reducing energy generation from renewable resources, and it's true. Now we're going to move to grammar section, vocabulary, the ending ever. The ending ever, we have words or WH words or others that end with ever, like whatever, whenever, however, wherever, etc. They all mean that it doesn't matter. So the ending ever means it doesn't matter. When adding ever to question words like who, where, which, when, that, what, and how, the meaning changes. So, whoever, it doesn't matter who or any particular person. Wherever, it doesn't matter where or any place at all. Now, whichever, it doesn't matter which or anything at all. So whichever, when I say take, which or do, whatever, whichever, take whichever you want, I mean here you have a choice. So it doesn't matter which or anything at all. Whenever, it doesn't matter when or anything at all. And the last one is whatever, it doesn't matter what or anything at all. So the ending ever means it doesn't matter. Now, question. Fill in the blanks with the correct words with ever. Number 1, if you have the money, you can buy whatever you desire. So if you have money, you can buy wherever or whatever you desire. Number 2, whenever you come, I'll be at home. So I am here, I'm talking about the time you will come. Whenever you come, so I will be at home. I am at home. 3, whoever watched the film identified the same emotions. So any person watched this film, he had the same emotions. 4, whichever road you take to London, you should drive carefully. So all the ways to London are or may be dangerous. You should be careful. So wherever you go to London, wherever any road you take to London, you should be careful. 5, you will find ancient ruins wherever you go in Syria. So wherever you go, any place in Syria, you will find ruins. Now, reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns usually follow the verb and indicate that the subject is both giving and receiving the action. So they follow the verb and refer to the subject, that this subject is giving and receiving the action. They can be singular, like myself, herself, himself, yourself, itself, or plural, like ourselves, yourselves, themselves. They are applied when the subject and the object of the sentence are similar. So when the subject and the object of the sentence is similar, or are similar, then we have reflexive pronouns. Why do we use these reflexive pronouns? First, as the direct object of the verb. So they are used as the direct object, okay? Example, he hurt himself with a knife. Here, the subject, he, and the object, himself, are the same person, okay? So himself here is an object. Also, they are used as the indirect object of the verb. I mean like indirect object. Example, she made herself a dress. So she made it for herself. Also here we have the subject and the object of the sentence are the same. 3, after preposition, so it's all, they are also an object of preposition. Like the old man was talking to himself. Here they follow the preposition. Also for emphasis, this means that the subject did the action alone. In this case, it normally follows the subject. So when the subject did the action alone by himself, so it follows the subject. Example, I myself believe that proposal is good. So when the reflexive pronoun follows directly the subject, so here we have a statement of emphasis. Note, by plus reflexive pronoun can also mean alone. So by plus any reflexive pronoun means alone. Example, John washed the dishes by himself. Here, when you have a reflexive pronoun follow the word by, here it means alone. Example, or we have an exercise. Choose the correct answer. Don't blame you or yourself. Don't blame yourself, okay? We can't say don't blame you. Don't blame you. No, we are talking about yourself. Don't you. So you don't blame yourself. The accident wasn't your fault. Here we choose your, the possessive adjective, your, because it's followed by a noun, which is fault. Number 2, Reem made her or herself a promise not to eat fast food. So Reem, she is a girl, made herself, I can't say her because her should be followed by a noun, okay? Reem made herself. Here we have reflexive pronoun. So she made a promise to herself. Okay, so we choose herself. Number 3, the Jones are decorating the house. The Jones, here we are talking about the Jones family, are decorating the house. Himself or themselves. Here we have the Jones. The Jones is, this word is plural, so we choose themselves. Number 4, he keeps him or himself fit and exercises regularly. Number 5, boys, can you make the beds yourselves? Here you have yourself singular and yourselves plural. We are talking to boys. Boys are plural, so we choose yourselves. She made herself, so, no, not this. Also, yes, this is the end of our